Her belly does look fit. Who knows if she's pregnant? I can't call it. Love you. All right, y'all, that's it. Goodbye. Peace.
Did Jonathan Majors just hint that Meagan Good is expecting a baby? Because his ex, Grace Jabai, is clearly not handling the news well. Judging by her recent behavior online, she's spiraling, and fans are calling it a full-blown meltdown. Honestly, it's hard to disagree. This is the same ex who took him to court, dragged his name through the mud in the media, and was a huge factor in his reputation crashing. But now, Jonathan seems to be making a comeback, with Meagan proudly by his side as his partner, and rumors are swirling that they are about to become parents. That alone has completely changed the narrative, and the timing couldn't be more shocking. Meanwhile, Grace has suddenly reappeared on social media, posting cryptic captions and dropping hints about leaking new information. To many, it's starting to look less about accountability and more about jealousy. Let's be honest for a second, she probably never imagined being replaced this quickly, and by someone like Meagan Good. That's got to sting. Now, fans are wondering, was Grace really trying to hold Jonathan accountable, or was she just determined to keep him cancelled? Because her reaction to this pregnancy rumor is intense.
I mean, she's my teammate, she's my business partner, she's my manager, she's my lawyer, she's my lover, she's my baby mama to be, she's my everything.
She's been dropping vague posts suggesting that she has more truth to share, and people are convinced she's gearing up to reveal something explosive that could finish what's left of his career. This doesn't look like a random outburst either. It feels personal and calculated. Grace has already proven she could turn the public against him once, given she was the one who made the initial accusations that tanked his reputation. But now, Jonathan's seemingly rebuilding his image, Meagan is standing strong at his side, and there might be a baby on the way. Watching that redemption arc play out in real time is clearly not sitting well with her. Grace has even gone so far as to imply Meagan doesn't really know who Jonathan is. She posted a pointed message on Instagram suggesting that he's been lying to Meagan from the very beginning. And that's not even the most shocking part. Grace also claimed that when the original drama went down, she actually held back from telling the full story. She says she deliberately withheld details from police and even lied to protect Jonathan because she felt sorry for him and didn't want to see things get worse. But that sympathy is gone now. Grace is publicly declaring that she's ready to spill everything, the entire truth, no holding back this time. And if she's serious, things could get uglier than anyone expected. Her latest claims even seem to line up with some evidence that's already out there, making this situation even messier. This all came to light when the story first blew up. Remember those leaked text messages from a while back? One of them showed her literally admitting she was willing to lie to the police for Jonathan. In that text, she wrote, "I'll just tell the doctor I hit my head if I have to. I'll give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need stronger painkillers. That's all." She even added, "Why would I want to tell them the truth when it's obvious I want to be with you? I feel like you want us to stay together so you won't be embarrassed about everything you've told your friends and family." And it didn't stop there. Things got even worse because Jonathan wasn't just quietly standing by while she offered to lie, he allegedly encouraged it. In another leaked message, he warned her not to go to the hospital, writing, "I'm afraid you don't understand what could happen if you go. They'll ask questions, and if you don't fully protect us, it could start an investigation. Even if you do lie, if they suspect something, it won't end well." But that wasn't the last of it. In even more leaked texts, she doubled down, admitting she planned to lie again to make sure the charges would go away. She told him, "They promised me you won't be charged. They said arresting you was just protocol because they saw the injuries on me and knew we had fought. I'm furious they did that, and I'm sorry you're in this situation. I'll make sure nothing comes from it. I already told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I literally just left the hospital." So here's the picture, a woman in pain, a white woman at that, trying desperately to shield him, allegedly twisting the truth just so he wouldn't face consequences. And after all of that, he moves on, builds a new life, and starts another family. You can see why she's ready to blow everything up now. But what exactly triggered her to finally snap after staying quiet for so long? Many believe it has to do with Jonathan Majors going public about his alleged new baby. Word is, Meagan Good is pregnant with their first child together, which, for Jonathan, makes baby number 2. While fans flooded social media with congratulations and called it a fresh start for the couple, Grace was definitely not celebrating. From the way it looks, that baby news was her breaking point. The whole thing went nuclear just a few days ago after Jonathan posted a video of him and Meagan working out together, doing their usual fit couple routine. If you followed them for a while, you know they love showing off their gym sessions. But this video hit differently. Eagle-eyed fans immediately noticed what appeared to be a baby bump on Meagan, front and center. And that's when the internet lost its mind. It wasn't just the possible pregnancy reveal that had people shook, it was the timing. Grace, Jonathan's ex, suddenly popped back up on social media right after the video went live, posting cryptic captions and threads that definitely seemed calculated. In the clip itself, fans were convinced Meagan was visibly showing. And this wasn't just speculation. While Jonathan was talking and hyping up their workout, he casually slipped in a comment about her being pregnant, like it was no big deal. Of course, the internet caught it immediately. What looked like a typical workout post suddenly felt like a soft launch of an entire pregnancy. And considering all the drama that followed, the timing couldn't have been messier.
Steph, I got a few bruises, but you know what? It's me in the film.
Did you really?
You know what I'm saying? Hitting that blink, ding, ding, ding. I was like,
my final question for you, what do you want next? What is next for Meagan Good in life?
I want to travel. I want to direct more. I want to do more action. I want to create vehicles for little Black girls to show themselves in completely different lights and help support that and uplift that. I don't know. I want to find my right house that I'm excited about and maybe have a kid, you know? Yeah.
Have a child. Have you thought about a name maybe, even though?
I have. I'll tell you in your ear.
Oh, beautiful name. Beautiful name. Congratulations to you. I'm happy for you and I'm rooting for you, Meagan.
It wasn't just Meagan who seemed surprised by all this. The public was completely thrown off as well. But now, it's starting to seem like this pregnancy might not have been a surprise at all. Meagan has been dropping subtle clues for a while, and if you've been paying close attention, it all started right after she officially finalized her divorce from Devin Franklin. Back when she was married to Devin, Meagan repeatedly made it clear that having kids wasn't a priority for her. She said it multiple times, and it even seemed like it was a sticking point in their relationship. But once the divorce was behind her, the story shifted. Suddenly, Meagan was openly talking about starting a family and not wanting to wait any longer. Everything about it felt intentional. In fact, not long after the split, Meagan gave an interview, one we're about to show you, where she candidly admitted that motherhood was now something she was seriously considering. And in that interview, she didn't look hesitant or unsure at all. She seemed confident, genuinely excited, and maybe even a little relieved, as if she was finally embracing a chapter she had been putting off for years. That's exactly what makes this possible pregnancy with Jonathan Majors so significant. This isn't just something Meagan casually mentioned in the past. She's clearly taking steps toward making it happen. No outside pressure, no deadlines, just moving forward with her life completely on her own terms.
No, I want to be a mom.
You do?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, is that something you've always known, or did you come to that?
I've come to that.
Was there something that happened? Was there did you see a baby, you were holding a baby, and you were like, uh-oh, the feeling that people talk about is happening?
I think it's more, because even my sister tell you, when she got pregnant with my first nephew, she was like, I had to tell you something. I was like, okay, what? She's like, you can be her. We actually had this moment somewhere else, but just tell me you're pregnant. I'm gonna tell you my response.
Okay, so Meg, I gotta tell you something.
What?
So, we're pregnant. You're gonna be an auntie. I'm gonna have a baby.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, you're pregnant.
Yes, I'm pregnant.
Why? Right now? Wow, Caesar, wait, wow.
Did you say why, or did you?
I wasn't able to do anything. That was my response.
You did not say why.
I said right now.
Right. But we had so many
she was
plans.
33. But I will say, I think even that put me back a little bit because I was like, ooh, that's a lot, you know?
Yeah.
But I think even now, I'm just super ready because I think there was a fear that life would turn into Groundhog's Day. And I think now, honestly, in huge part to Jonathan, because I knew I wanted to be a mom before Jonathan. I knew I was about ready before Jonathan.
Yep.
But I'm ready right now because I have so much fun with him and because I know that it's not gonna become Groundhog's Day. I know that me and him are gonna be backpacking over here and we're gonna be over here producing this movie that I might be directing and he might be producing or he might be starring in. Our kids are gonna be with us in Africa, wherever it is, but I just know that even if we're not moving around a lot, that the way that we move, I really, really love. And the way that we do life, I really, really love.
And that your tribe will go with you.
Yes, and
You know what I
even
mean?
if we don't go anywhere, it's just the texture of what the quality of life looks like.
Yeah.
It is wonderful.
Meagan doubled down on her plans for motherhood during another interview she did with Scott Evans just a few weeks back. In that conversation, she didn't hold anything back. It was as if she had never once said she wasn't interested in having children. This time, she made it absolutely clear that she was completely ready to embrace motherhood, not someday, but right now. What really caught fans' attention was how effortlessly she hinted that she and Jonathan were already in the process of trying for a baby. There was nothing cryptic or subtle about it. She practically confirmed that they were fully moving forward with those plans. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision either. Meagan clearly knew what she wanted, and it seems she's made it happen. Fast forward to now, and it looks like we might soon be seeing a little mini Meagan or baby Jonathan Majors running around. Meagan is glowing. The pregnancy signs are definitely showing, and fans can't stop talking. But while the public remains divided, especially with Jonathan's messy, still recent controversies, there's one person who is definitely not celebrating: Grace Jabai. And judging by the timing of her response, that's no coincidence. Many are calling Grace bitter, but others are pointing out that Jonathan himself admitted in leaked audio from a few months ago that he physically hurt her. In that recording, Jonathan openly said, I've never wrestled with a woman before. That's never happened to me. I said something sarcastic and, in your eyes, clearly it was more than that, something inside me. Grace is now alleging that the abuse wasn't just a one-time thing. She claims Jonathan put his hands on her multiple times. Back then, she stayed silent because, according to her, he gaslit and manipulated her into thinking the violence was somehow her fault. And as messy as that sounds, Grace isn't the only one to suggest Jonathan's public good guy persona might be fake. Over the past year, more and more people who've worked with or crossed paths with Jonathan have quietly hinted at the same thing. One of the first to speak up was filmmaker A.B. Allen, who, even before Jonathan's allegations made headlines, tweeted a cryptic post. There's a particular actor, relatively new to the scene, who Twitter is obsessed with but who is actually a cruel, abusive person both professionally and in his personal life. Every new thirsty tweet about him drives me insane. At the time, no one knew who Allen was talking about. But when Jonathan Majors' name hit the news, that old tweet resurfaced, and suddenly it all clicked. Someone even responded to Allen's post with, "Now we know who this tweet was about," and Allen replied with a simple, "ding ding ding." And Allen wasn't alone. Another strong statement came from Tim Nicolai, who had previously worked with Jonathan on Broadway. Tim didn't mince words when he tweeted, "I'm just going to say this about Jonathan Majors and leave it at that. Folks at Yale and the broader NYC theater community have known about him for years. He's a sociopath and an abuser, and that's how virtually everyone describes him. It's a shame it took this long for him to be reported." With two industry insiders publicly confirming what others had allegedly whispered about for years, Grace's accusations are suddenly carrying a lot more weight. And according to her, she's holding on to even more evidence, including time-stamped photos of her injuries. Jonathan and Meagan may have thought they could move forward and leave the past behind, but Grace clearly has other plans. Her timing couldn't be worse for Jonathan. The public soft launch of Meagan's pregnancy has only stirred up embers of a fire that was never truly out. Grace isn't holding back anymore, and the narrative around Jonathan's comeback is starting to shift quickly. The big question now is, will Grace finally release everything she's been hinting at? Or is this just the beginning of an even bigger storm? If she really does go public with the receipts she claims to have, Jonathan's redemption arc could collapse before it even has a chance to begin. So buckle up, because this story is far from over. If Grace starts naming names and dropping proof, it's about to get explosive.